What's up, from today we're showcasing Greedent in Open Ultra League, and man, this thing is a monster. It is so incredibly spammy and it just destroys Giratina and Cresselia. The main things you'll have to worry about are steel types and fighting types, and this is where Talonflame come in. Talonflame and Greedent are basically a perfect core. Greedent covers Talonflame from its water weakness mainly, and then Talonflame covers the fighting and steel weakness from Greedent. And then I have Scrafty in the back, which is just another very strong Pokemon to pair with Talonflame, because Scrafty is also mainly weak to fighters and also Charm, but Talonflame covers for that perfectly. Other options, if you don't have Scrafty, another option would be like a Shadow Machamp or an Obstagoon, would fit very well there. Also, I saw another streamer, Eastside Pastor, run this team with a Abomasnow in the back instead of a Scrafty, and it also worked out really well for him. I think a Swampert could also be very strong. You know, I think you could really pair anything with Talonflame and Greedent, and it would work pretty fine. Now, in this match, I currently have Scrafty versus this Giratina, and that is just really good. I don't go for a foul play again here because I know it won't knock out, so I'd rather pop up and then go for a foul play, because then the foul play would knock it out. I think we're gonna be able to finish this match with Greedent, which is really nice. Unless they have a fighting type in the back, but I don't expect it, because then they'd be quite weak to Charm. Let's see what they bring in here. Oh, they bring back in the Obstagoon, and I'm just gonna counter this down with Scrafty, and then hopefully Greedent can kill whatever's in the back. Just gonna bring it in right away, I guess. Oh no, in comes Talonflame. I'll go for the foul play here. Right before they can kill me with Incinerates, make sure to get in as many counters as possible, just to go do some little bit of extra chip damage, bring in Greedent, and we're just gonna close it off with this spammy monster. Look at how fast this thing gets the body slams. It's pretty crazy. Look at this flame charge. It does nothing. Greedent is insanely bulky. It's insanely bulky. I'm running a very high ranked one as well. Mine is level 50. It is like a rank 22-ish, and it's really good. My Scrafty, by the way, also level 50, though it's actually only level 49, but I have it best buddied, so it's level 50, and it's like a rank 3, so really good, and Talonflame is just a hundo. Alright, Hypno Lead, not amazing for Talonflame, and I have two answers in the back, in Greedent and Scrafty, so I'm going to switch to Greedent, which is the safe swap in this team, by the way. I found safe swap Greedent to be quite strong to lure out the fighting types. In comes a Scrafty, which is actually pretty horrible, because this is a very solid, very tanky fighting type. Like, I'm gonna need 4 body slams to knock this out, and I don't expect to get there, especially if they, since they popped pretty early, they're definitely gonna be able to get to another pop before I get 2 more body slams. Gonna throw another body slam right here. I don't need 2 more bullet seeds for this 4th body slam. And actually, if they don't throw pop, I might be able to make it with 1 HP. My opponent got a little bit greedy there, and Greedent took good advantage of it, gets another body slam, forces shield of this Scrafty, and this is now so good for me. Also, it's a Hypno and it's a Scrafty. I'm expecting Umbreon in the back, and this is just the dream for Scrafty. We're just gonna keep power up punching here, boost up our attack, and these super effective counters are gonna do even more damage. And then we have super effective foul play for the Hypno, and this should be game over. But it is not over just yet, because the Scrafty does have some moves, and this Umbreon is definitely gonna be able to chip me down. He's still gonna get to another last resort, and they might even get to another one. I think I'm gonna shoot this up. No, I don't shoot it up. They also still have Hypno, of course, with basically full health, and I don't think a foul play would KO just yet, but it will bring it very close. What I bring in now, probably the Scrafty, and I will probably shoot every single move it throws, right? I probably shouldn't shoot the first one, but I do. I shouldn't have, though. I really should not have. I think I kind of misstepped there, but that's all good. I'm just gonna shoot the second one as well. The Hypno really can't do much against me. Look at this, I'm almost at 2 foul plays already. Just gonna throw one of them, and if they let this go, it's basically game over. Yeah, it almost kills. It almost kills. I bring in Talonflame to farm it down. They throw a move. It should be a Thunder Punch. I think this is a Shadow Hundo Hypno, by the way, which is just really cool. But we farm it down, and that's game over right there. Alright, Empoleon Lead, really bad. Bring in Greedent, in comes Talonflame, and this is just time to spam off these body slams. I'm gonna go for one right here. Always try to make sure you throw your moves on the final turn of Incinerate, so they don't sneak any moves through. Best way to do that is to throw 3 after they've thrown a Flame Charge. So they only get 1 free turn in that case because you throw after 9 turns. And well, it's 10 turns to incinerate. So you actually throw on the 10th turn, it's perfect. Or just throw after 1 Bullet Seed. Then they get 1 free turn because you throw on the 4th turn of their 5th turn incinerate. But this is what it is. You can't always time it perfectly. As long as you don't throw after 2 Bullet Seeds. I've seen people throw after 2 Bullet Seeds and then you give them like 3 free turns, which is kind of costly. Look at these Body Slams go. This Talonflame's already almost dead. I don't survive this Flame Charge, unfortunately, but I can farm it down with my own Talonflame. And I can just bring in Scrafty right here. And here comes Charizard, which is not great. It is a flying type, of course, so it does resist my counters. But if I do 1 Power Punch here, even if they don't shield, this is fine. I can go for Foul Plays now. I can probably reach 2 Foul Plays, hopefully, and knock them out with 1 of them. But instead, I'm just going to go for another bait. I'm feeling risky today, going for this bait. I don't want them to get to 3 Dragon Claws against me. And I think if I double pup and then Foul Play, at least if they shoot here, yes, which they do, which is really good for me, I'll be able to get to another Foul Play before they get to 2 charge moves. And that will allow me to like survive the waterfalls from Empoleon and do a bunch of counter damage. They will definitely get to a Giro Pack before I can counter down or get to a move. But hopefully I can put them in a range where Flame Charge will knock it out. Counter down, counter down. They get to the Drill Pack. Now they need 5 more Waterfalls for another Hydro Cannon because I threw immediately. Which means I will easily be able to get to the Brave Bird right here. Brave Bird, by the way, does like 10% more damage than Flame Charge, even though it's resisted. So always throw a Brave Bird if you're only going to get of 1 move here. So yes, and that does knock out Empoleon. It's a great game. Alright, Swampert Lead. I switched to Scrafty. I would never advise this, alright? Don't do this. Don't do what I just did, alright? I don't know why I did this. But Scrafty is not a great safe swap because if there's a Charmer in the back or a fighting type, there's nothing you can do. But with Swampert Lead, I'm usually not expecting Charmers or fighting types. Because then they're just kind of weak to Venusaur, which is not really a thing, I guess. Or like a Giratina. So that's why I swapped it in. But honestly, you should just go Greedent. But Greedent is better versus Swampert, that's why I did it. But honestly, it just doesn't make any sense. Just like you saw on the previous game where I baited, I think I was just feeling a bit risky today. Also, I mistimed my move a little bit right there. I didn't get to the Foul Play. But I did burn out Shoot with Pup. They thought I was the Foul Play, so that's really, really good. They're gonna Brave Bird, which I luckily shield. I farm them down. At this point, I bring in Swampert again, of course. I'll just go for the Brave Bird, and this will do so much damage. This will do so much. This is why Talonflame is so incredibly strong on the lead. Because you can just Brave Bird dip, and it's just so strong. In comes Umbreon, and Greedent should actually win this in a zero shield, especially with the Bullet Seed advantage I have. So this is looking pretty okay. It's looking pretty okay. Let's deny 1 Bullet Seed right here, though. And you're gonna see that matter in the end. Because I think, if I remember this game correctly... Oh, I also deny a Snarl there. Alright, that's even. That's even. But I think they end up sneaking in 1 more Snarl. Then I sneak in... Oh, this was CMB tie. Never mind. I end up sneaking... I end up sneaking like 1 less Bullet Seed than they do Snarls. And it's gonna matter in the end. But we just keep spamming here. As you can see, it's stuck in Snarl. This is all... I get a lot of questions about Fast with Denial, by the way. How it works. And well, as far as I know... It is just luck. There's not really anything you can do to like activate it. You know, there's this technique you might know about, video made by Wallower. I don't really believe it works. I've tested it out. Look at this. Because they snuck in 1 more Snarl than I snuck in a Bullet Seed, they get here before me, I do, and they kill me. Which is very unfortunate, because now this Swampert will get a Hydro Cannon over my Talonflame, and I will have to try to feign it with a Flame Charge. But yeah, like I said, I think it's just luck. I think it's just luck. And some people get them more than others, unfortunately, but that is what it is. I think the only thing you can do is try to improve your ping, because it does seem to rely on that, but that's, in the end, that's just a theory. Hopefully they fix it soon. Anyway, Flame Charge does knock out this Umbreon right before they get to the move, so this was a very close finish in a really good game. Alright, Giratina Lead. This is quite bad, especially with Dragon Breath. Shadow Claw is very manageable because Greedent and Scrafty do wall Shadow Claw Giratina very nicely, but Dragon Breath is tough because Scrafty and Greedent actually aren't that great versus it. Giratina's just an absolute monster. I go for Brave Bird not expecting a shield. They do shield, which is insane, but still fine. Their shield's down. I'm bringing Greedent. At this point, we're just gonna spam off crunches. And hopefully we can take this out. They're staying in, which is great. You know, the great thing about... Oh my, actually catch a crunch on Lapras, which is okay. You know, Greedent has a pretty okay-ish Lapras matchup. We don't get the debuff, unfortunately. We really don't. You know, the great thing about Giratina Leads... This is not the first Giratina Lead I face. I think I faced multiple on the day. And I also put multiple in this video. And the great thing about Giratina Leads is you can usually very safely swap it to Greedent. Because they often don't have fighting types. They really often don't have fighting types. Because, of course, both Giratina and fighting types are weak to Charm. The worst swap-in you can expect when you switch Greedent into Giratina is a Steel type. And if it's a Steel type, Talonflame can usually... If it's like a Rigid Steel, Talonflame can farm it down. If it's like a Stunfisk, Greedent actually gets very close to killing it. And then Scrafty can farm down. So... It's actually really fine. Giratina Lead is very, very fine most of the time. In comes Alola Muck. I'm just going to go straight for the Brave Bird because I'm not expecting them to shield this. Unfortunately, though, they're going to be able to farm me down. And Acid Spray my Scrafty right here, which I'll no-shield. But this is not great because I'll need 3 Foul Plays to knock out this Giratina, alright? And they have Dragon Breath, so they might be able to farm me down here. And they have a Lapras on like 1 HP. So that means they also might be able to catch a move. Which is all not good news. I'm gonna go for the Foul Play. First, I'm expecting a shield. Usually don't shoot the first one because they're afraid of a Power Punch, which is really great. I will bait the second one though, just to get there a little bit sooner. If they no-shoot me, if they no-shoot, more power to them, they win. If they shoot this, I think I might get to another Foul Play. Alright, go for the Power Punch right here. Luckily they didn't catch yet. Hopefully they shoot this. Hopefully they shoot this. They do. Get to the Foul Play. Not before they get to the Dranclaw though, but I'm very afraid of a sacrificial swap here. I'm very afraid of a sacrificial swap. So I overfarm by 1, and they get to the move. I should have just thrown immediately. If I just threw my move immediately, I would have won this game. But I outbrained myself. I should have just thrown. Very, very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But I also would have looked like an idiot if I threw the Foul Play into the Lapras. So, you know... at that point, I feel like it's just a coin flip. But honestly, I really should have just thrown. Because the Scrafty counts are awkward anyway. So the chance that they'll switch is probably kind of low. Alright, Nidoqueen Lead is not amazing. It's really not amazing. Especially since this does come with fightings in the back sometimes. But usually Obstagoon. And Scrafty is quite nice there. Go for the Flame Charge. And then into the Brave Bird. Which is honestly quite dumb. Because they're definitely going to shield. Should have just Flame Charge. Save some energy. But they were already a shield then. I did shield my first move. At this point, I'll just let my Talonflame go down though, because I don't want to Scrafty onto this Nidoqueen later. That's why I also didn't search out earlier. They throw a move into me though, Poison Fang, so I'm debuffed. They bring in Obstagoon. And this is not looking that great at this point. This is not looking that great, because they still have a good chunk of their Nidoqueen left. However, I can farm this down. But since they switch in their Obstagoon here, they likely have a better Greedent answer in the back. So either a Steel, which would be amazing for me, or another fighter. Maybe a Scrafty, maybe a Machamp. Either one would be quite bad. I'm gonna no-shoot this Poison Fang. Because, I don't know why actually. Maybe I should have no-shielded it, or shielded it, because this does bring me quite low. If it's a fighting type, I really need some more health. I go for Pup, expecting this to knock out, or only need like 1 more counter. But I need more, and yeah, it's their own Scrafty. And at this point, it is likely game over, but maybe Greedent. Maybe Greedent can do some stuff here. No, maybe a couple Body Slams. If 3 Body Slams knock out, this might be possible. Go for 1 Body Slam right here. And I need like 3 more Bullet Seeds or 4 more Bullet Seeds. Yeah, 4 more. 4 more. For Greedent, it's 3 Bullet Slams or 3 Bullet Seeds for the first Body Slam, 3 for the second, 3 for the third, and then 2 for the fourth. It's insanely fast. It is really insanely fast. I get to another move here, which I will have to shield because it would knock me out. Go for another Body Slam. Is this enough? Also over tap, which is not ideal. Even if this knocks out, Nidoqueen will knock me out. But it also doesn't knock out, so. Unfortunate, that was a very tough game, but GG to my opponent right there. Alright, another Giratina Lead. This time it's Shadow Claw, which is way better for me. I always, no matter what, Brave Bird and dip here. Because if you hit a Brave Bird here, that's huge. You either burn a shield or you get a massive chunk of health. Even though I have 2 counters here, like, this is so fine. This is so fine. Just Brave Birding here. little bit of low health for my Talonflame, so if there's a Steel or a Fighter in the back, I could be in trouble. But even with that health, it should be able to take out most Fighters or Steels. In comes Alola Muck, and Greedent is quite fine here. You know, the Bullet Seeds do resisted damage, but these Body Slams are just spamming away. It's crazy. You need 4 Body Slams to knock them out though, and I think they will get the 2 moves before you get there. But it's close. Especially, they also throw an alignment, and I got my Bullet Seed through, luckily. And they throw Acid Spray as well, which I know shoot, which is great. I think now I will outpace them, just because they kind of mistimed their move there. Go for Body Slam, brings him into the red, and go for another one. These moves are just flying. They are just flying. Alright, they shoot it up. This is fine. At this point, I'll let Greedent go. Right? I think I should let Greedent go here and just... I don't. Interesting. I go for another Body Slam. Alright, I want Switch. You know, if I can get Scrafty aligned onto the Giratina, like that's beautiful, right? That's beautiful, because I basically hard counter Giratina. So that's really nice. In comes a Scizor, which is insane. And at this point, I'm very, very happy that I got Switch advantage, because now I can bring in Talonflame to the Scizor, then I have Scrafty into the Giratina, and we are looking quite good. This thing is getting quite a lot of energy though, and it's Shadow, so 2 Night Slashes will very likely kill my Talonflame. They also have a Dragon Claw on the Giratina, and I'm expecting them to switch immediately here to not take the Incinerate on their Scizor, so I go into Scrafty, catch a Dragon Claw. This is awesome. And at this point, Scrafty should be able to finish the job. Just in 2 foul plays right here to take out this Giratina. However, they are spamming off they are really spamming off these Dragon Claws. And if they spam enough Dragon Claws, the Switch Timer will come up, and they might be able to catch a move on Scizor. And at that point, it will become tough. But they let that go, which is even better for me. Like, that makes this game 10 times easier. I think either way, I would have won, just because I still had Scrafty and Talonflame left over. And those were good against Hitmonlee, of course. But it would have been a bit harder, I feel like, if they caught my move. But at this point, it's over. I was bringing Talonflame here, get my Incinerate in. I'll just shield this up. Incinerate should hit and should knock out this Steel Bug. Yes, bye-bye, GG. Alright. Next match, very bad lead. This is honestly probably the worst lead we can see. Gyarados beats both Talonflame and Scrafty. However, Brave Bird hits very, very hard. And I think even Scrafty, I heard something, I actually didn't sim this, but I did this games on the stream, and someone in my Twitch chat said that Scrafty actually beats Gyarados in the 0s and 1s. I'm not exactly sure about that. Oh, look at what happens here. They want less farm for my Talonflame, so they stop tapping. Very smart, because they want me to do more damage. But what I do is I just farm up to 2 crunches. Just farm up to 2 crunches and throw them back to back, so they can't kill me before I get to my second one. And they have to use a shield, which is just awesome. Going to my Talonflame, but yes, Scrafty is not that horrible against Gyarados apparently. I'm not sure if it actually wins the 0s and 1s, but I know it's close because I've definitely been in that matchup. Alright, shoot up this Aqua Tail. Just gonna go for the Brave Bird right here. This will almost knock out this Gary, so that's really nice. Gonna come to Scrafty right here to farm him down, but they switch to Cresselia. This is not awesome, but luckily, Moonblast doesn't knock me out here. You know, in Great League it does. I was really worried at this moment that one Moonblast would knock me out. But even though it's double super effective, Pokemon in Ultra League are just so incredibly tanky. They're so incredibly tanky that this doesn't knock me out. So we are looking okay here. We are looking... This is still did so much though. It's insane. I've never seen a Cresselia do so much damage. Go for the foul play again. She shoot it up, which is wild because I think a foul play would not knock out. Just gonna let this go because I know a foul play doesn't knock out. And like the Gyarados is very close to Knockato actually. I think a Brave Bird knocks out here. If the Brave Bird doesn't knock out here though, they're gonna get to a move, which I'll have to shield. But I can't farm down the Gyarados before they get to an Aqua Tail, so I no shield this. If it's a future side, I just lose, which I am expecting, but the game was over at this point, because they would have gotten to an Aqua Tail on Gyarados, so that's unfortunate, but GG right there. Unfortunate that Barry survived. Alright, Greedent, a Jellicent Lead, bring in Greedent, because Greedent is one of the hardest freaking Jellicent answers. And also have Scrafty in the back, which is also a really hard answer. In comes Good. This is not great, but if they have Night Slash here, I think Greedent might be able to force a shield because it gets through the 4 body slams really quickly. Or at least it brings it very low where Talonflame can farm down. Go for a move right here though. Is this a Night Slash or is this a Cross Chop? If it's Cross Chop, that's very unfortunate. It is Cross Chop, which makes this matchup a lot worse. Man, look at Greedent's cute little face. I love it. It's really good. Alright, go for... Ooh, they go for another move. Again, if they had Night Slash here, this wouldn't be too bad. This really wouldn't be too bad. But Cross Chop knocks me out. And it is game over for Greedent. Now we're gonna farm this down. I think even if they have Night Slash, they get to 3 Night Slashes before you get up to 4 Body Slams. But they would be able to get less farm, because now they're able to fire 1 Night Slash. And honestly, they still would have been able to fire 1 Night Slash onto my Talonflame. But they would have had... They were like... They died with a Night Slash now, and they would have had less energy when they died, if anything else. Oh, this Togekiss, yeah, we just got straight up hard countered here. That's unfortunate. GG right there. Alright, another Gyarados in the lead. We bring in Greedent. In comes Registeel. Yeah, this is absolutely awful. This is absolutely awful. I go for the Crunch. Really hoping for a debuff right here. Really hoping for a debuff. But we don't get it. Just let this Focus Blast go. And you're gonna see how freaking tanky Greedent is. Not even in the red. That is insane. This Steelix will... Steelix? Registeel will need another move to knock me out. Which is fine. Go for defense drop, which is nice. I actually do something stupid right here. I don't throw my Crunch. I really should have just thrown. Because I wanted more farm for my Talonflame. However... This is still more than 5 Incinerates. I really only need 5 Incinerates of farm, which even with the Crunch, would have been enough. And they end up switching out as well, so I didn't do the Crunch damage, and they don't have a debuff anymore. This is not great. I do have 2 answers for Registeel, however. But Focus Balls would hurt my Scrafty, and they brought in their Greedent here, which is actually pretty good for me. Because I could just stay in here. Because I don't want to see the lead again on my Talonflame. Rather have my Scrafty on it. It's pretty embarrassing, but I actually already forgot what the lead was. It was bad for Talonflame though, which is why I swapped out immediately. What was it again? Well, I'll farm it down with Scrafty. Even though I'm boosted, but they were gonna get to another Body Slam, which I didn't want to take on... Oh, it was Gyarados, of course. Yes, I'd rather have my Scrafty on this. This is not great. This is really not great. Now we're gonna see how close the Scrafty Gyarados matchup is. Gonna go for the Foul Play immediately, because they're not gonna shield. I'm really hoping I can get this Foul Play off. Without them shooting, please. And then I'm just gonna go for Pups. Just gonna go for Pups. Try to farm them down. Have to shoot this Aqua Tails. This Gyarados is already in the red. And after I Pup once, I think my counters will outpace their Dragon Breath in damage. Because Dragon Breath, of course, is a strong move, but it's not Stab. And Counter is an equally strong move, damage-wise, especially after a Power Punch. Which they don't shield, by the way. Which is kind of wild. Honestly, I think they should have shielded that. Because they're not gonna use another shield here. And then I think they also don't shield this Pup, which is also kind of ridiculous. Which just allows me to get a lot of counter damage on this Registeel. Which is going to go for another Pup, ramp up my damage, really ramp up this damage. Maybe they even take a shooter. They have to shoot it, right? Which they do. Get another counter in, and at this point, I think it's over. I don't think this Registeel can get to a Flash Cannon before my Talonflame farms it down. And the Gyarados is very, very low. The Gyarados might still get to a move though, so this is gonna be close. No need to throw the Flame Charge. Gonna farm down. It's a great game right there. That was the final one as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed Greedent. As you could see, it's an absolute monster. I would definitely recommend. I'll see you in the next one.